Hello, everybody. I just wanted to do a quick guide on how I set this up. These are all done, this was all done using plans I got of HMAS Vampire. This was what I started with, and this is how it ended up. So, quite simply, I started by just going into, let's go into modeling. We're going to add an image, mesh plane. Where's the for daring? Plans, and these ones. Just give it a second to load. And boom. There's our plans. Next, go into edit, subdivide, and we're going to subdivide this up quite a few times. Alright, that should do it. So now all we're going to do is use our edge slide to go and reposition parts. You can click a point and click control, hold down control and click another point in order to select everything along that loop. And yeah, we just keep doing this. And I'll just, do more subdivides. And we'll just go and edge slide. Actually, not that one. These ones that need to edge slide up. And just to fix that up, let's do... I'll just add an extra edge loop there. Loop cut and slide. I'll put that there. Let's do that. So now I can easily just go through and slide these cuts up and down as I need them. And in theory, maybe not in practice, we can do this stuff. And boom, and no lot. Just to keep, get the top in there. And last of all, let's just go and get rid of this part. Boom. Alright. I'm going to press free face select. And I'm just going to delete all of these seams that I don't, like these sections that I don't care about. Again, I'm going to hold down control, just select all that. Press holding shift to do add, control, shift control to do all that. Right click, delete. Miss one. Alright, they're going to be all separate. These. Alright, so now we're just going to separate everything by selection. Um, this part can take a little bit. Alternatively, yes, you can select press P and do it that way. It doesn't make it any quicker. Subdivide. Edge slide, bring that down. And boom. Alrighty. So now we've got all our parts all separated. What we need to do next is we can go out of edit mode now. And then next we need to go and position everything. So I like to go into magnet, click on this bar up here, rotate by increments. You gotta select rotate, and then you can get yourself some accurate rotations, which is what I want for that. I'm going to be going into edit for this next part, selecting, don't want that one. Do that. Go back into edit. I'm going to go individual origins for this one, so that when I do my 90°, they're all going to rotate 90°. And I need to rotate them 90 degrees again. Okay. Now next step. So I'm going to go into shading. And we need while we're in here, I'm going to go to material, and I'm going to bring this in here. I'm going to link the two. And that is, material will be applied to that one, and material will be applied to this one. Yeah, that one, and we need our center point, which is going to be H. So one of these have H on it. That one. That's going to be material. Okay. Now I can go and click. You need to click off of that and click on one of the others. Make sure you're into this. We're going to disable that alpha, and I'm going to reduce its transparency to about 50. 0.5. So all of these parts are now transparent. So when I go back in here, yeah. So now the fun part. Turn anchor off. Gonna go to edit. Need the movement tool. And we are going to start our positioning. And this is going to go on, that's our base level. So I'm just going to position it to roughly about here. So they kind of meet up in the right place. that'll do for that. And then from our top down, I can do this. Okay, apparently those weren't separated. So, oops. All I'm doing is just lining up these lines. Going over into here. Just close that off. And just repeating that process. That's a little annoying, but I'll fix that later. Let's position this one. So where's H? H is here. And there we go. So this is going to be that's roughly going to be where we'll be doing everything. Okay. So then, yeah, it's pretty much the same process with the rest of it. Let's just move that out of the way. Do that. You press X to go and view it down. All we want to do is bring it in, line up with that line, with this one here, and bring it in there. And then that one is what? Hey. So that roughly will end up about there. Alright, so let's just skip along for a second. So say you've done all this part. Okay, so next up, we want to load our plans into GIMP or Photoshop, whichever you prefer. We are going to add an alpha channel. I am going to go color. I'm going to go colorize to thingy. I will be adding just an extra layer just so I can see stuff for a second. There's all these smudges in there. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, there's all these smudging and stuff that's all in here, and yeah, you'll see a bit later. Actually, I can show you on here. There's all these little sort of grey drawn lines kind of thing. Yeah, they're all through it. So anyways, you go and do that, and you need to save it as you need to export it as a PNG. Maybe export it as a PNG. Yep. Let it do its thing. Oh, the other thing I did was invert. So where was it? Yeah, I did this. Make sure you have the right channel selected. So I made it all white, and then export it again. So then you go back in here, go into shading, and I'm gonna bring in this one, link alpha to alpha. Select everything, and then yeah, you will end up with this. So that was a quick intro into how I set up this thing, and this is where I'm going to be doing my next build project using these plans. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope this is useful, and yeah, you have a great day.